Know this about sleep difficulties. Today I'm addressing the topic of not being able to fall asleep. I've been a clinical psychologist for 8 years and this is what I know. In this video, I want to talk about one of the causes for not being able to fall asleep. There are many causes for us not being able to fall asleep. One of them is our faulty belief that falling asleep is something we can control. Sounds off? Allow me to explain. Most humans, if not all of us, will find comfort in being in control. When something is out of our control, we try to remedy that by thinking or acting. This can both be a very successful strategy, but also sometimes give unwanted consequences. What I, as a psychologist, see is that sometimes my clients try to gain control over something that's not under their control. When this happens, instead of giving up and realizing that it's not under their control, some will continue to analyze and try to fix, and consciously or subconsciously faulting themselves for not having solved the problem yet. If we dig deeper into the topic of humans and control, this video will be insanely long, so we'll keep it to the matter at hand of falling asleep. The first question to address here is whether we hold control over falling asleep or not. The answer is yes. We do in fact hold control over whether we fall asleep or not, but not in the way you might think. What we hold control over is not falling asleep, but we can control that we don't by hindering it. Therefore, the understanding we can adopt of the problem of not being able to fall asleep is that instead of us not being able to fall asleep, is that we're keeping ourselves from doing so. Falling asleep doesn't happen because of what we do, but because of what we don't do. If you cannot fall asleep, it might be because of what you're doing. I find that my clients do the things that they should not do or that hinder the normal processes of falling asleep due to their faulty belief of control. Because they do not know what they're doing and because they're acting out from the belief that they can control sleeping by what they're doing. Instead, what they end up controlling with their actions or fixings is not sleeping. The faulty belief that we can control falling asleep is, in my opinion, not only what causes the problem, but it's also what maintains the problem. When we try to do the impossible and don't stop when we are unsuccessful, we'll likely end up engaging in a lot of frustration and hopelessness. This, together with overthinking and panicking, will likely be causing us to not even rest at night. So due to our belief that we can control this, if we try hard enough, we'll try so hard that we're making us even less able to fall asleep and cause us to be quite stressed out and not relaxed while doing so. In my experience, modern humans would like to be able to control everything. Sometimes we might feel that we're trained to believe that this is the task in life, to gain control over ourselves and our lives, and that the good person tries hard until they master what they've set out to master. And not being able to do so is viewed like a problem of not trying hard enough or not just having learned how. Cue the word self-criticism such as lazy and stupid. This again, assuming that the knowledge about how to consciously control our biology is out there or can be mastered with just enough efforts. Most clients with sleep difficulties are hoping that I, as a psychologist, can provide knowledge of how to control falling asleep or teach them. I don't blame anybody for holding these beliefs or hopes, but I cannot help think that these beliefs are quite unhelpful. One of my favorite quotes to return to when thinking big thoughts about control and power and mental health and suffering is the quote called Prayer of Serenity. It to me explains how people can end up suffering or how to avoid suffering. It goes, help me accept the things I cannot change and have the courage to change the things I can and the wisdom to know the difference. If we're trying to do something impossible, such as controlling to fall asleep, we're meant to fail. It's not possible to control our physiology in that way. The truth is that falling asleep is not a power we hold. There's no button to press or action we can take. or at least the current progress in psychology and knowledge about physiology has not found it yet. We don't know how to control it. Nobody knows yet. At least, we don't know how to do it by using natural resources that are not in the form of medical intervention. I'll let you know more about my views on sleeping meds and their effect in a future video. Falling asleep is like it says. It's like falling. It's something that we can let happen, but we cannot force it. The only power we hold is to prevent it from happening. This is where we do hold some control. We can hinder falling asleep. I will from time to time give this as an answer to the question, why can I not fall asleep? I know it terrifies some people more than others to feel powerless, and that the first step for them is to find something they can control. I therefore let them know that they can control this. That their search for the answer to why they cannot fall asleep might be found in them. I might ask, what would your thoughts be if I told you that the problem might be you and what you're doing? I don't say this to blame them or to make them feel bad, but because I know that many are keeping themselves awake by lying and speculating on the causes of not being able to fall asleep. Again, in order to gain control, we're likely to lie and analyze and look for the why we cannot sleep, and maybe follow this by behaviors of trying to fix it. Thinking that we just need to do more or think more, and then we'll gain the control that we're looking for. But what happens in reality is that all this does is to place us in a loop of frustrated, anxious thinking, causing us to build up adrenaline, making us even more awake. And as a result, getting us further away from the state where sleep is allowed by the body to occur. If you're having sleep difficulties, especially problems falling asleep, try to not do more. Try instead to do less. The most common thing that can hinder sleep is stressing or being excited. Stressing is likely to keep you awake. But did you know that positive stress can do the same? Whether different in content, stress and excitement are similar emotional states and deal with the same neurobiology. Therefore, not being able to fall asleep can be caused by being very excited about something or by us stressing about something. This causes us to produce adrenaline, enhance our attention, and be on. Therefore, what can keep you awake is engaging in thinking in itself. It does not have to be bad or negative stress. It can also be a positive anticipatory mode, as this also involves adrenaline and being extra attuned or on. This might not be surprising when thinking about it, as we probably all remember times as a kid when we couldn't sleep because we were too excited about something cool the next day. Engaging in worrying and panicking and fearing are also sure to keep you awake. Worrying is a clear one-way ticket to producing adrenaline and letting the body know that it's danger times and we need to stay alert. I also see that our behaviors related to thinking that it's under control can keep us awake. Thinking that we can control falling asleep can cause us to give ourselves a task of running analyses or self-blaming in our mind. Most times, we're not likely to know why the body sometimes skips a night of sleep. It might just be random, as we say when we admit that we don't know everything yet. Sometimes the body just does its thing with hormones, growth, healing, building, and so on. Or it can be due to caffeine intake, pain, or illness that we're kept awake. Either way, lying and trying to gain control by analyzing is sure to keep us frustrated enough to make us stay awake. One last thing that for sure also creates problems falling asleep is being active at night when we're supposed to be inactive and relaxed. My clients who want to gain control or still think that they can hold control over falling asleep will develop a nightly routine of doing more, not less, in order to reach sleep. They'll use several forms of equipment or techniques in order to help them closer to falling asleep. Usually what I observe is that it's not working for them as they hope. Setting up the gear or doing the technique keep them active and alert. And many who are doing a thing which they assume to be working, will in turn also analyze or stay attentive to whether the thing is working. This means for some that they're self-checking or self-monitoring to see if the thing is working. And checking ourselves how we feel or if we're relaxing is often an active behavior that involves attention and thinking. Both attention, thinking, and analyzing are examples of doing more, not less, and is likely to keep us awake. If this interested you and you want to know more, feel welcome to watch my other videos on the topic. I think this was all we had time for. What was your takeaway from today's video? As always, feel free to take away the information you can use, if any, and leave the rest. Hopefully you found that today's topic made sense and I didn't waste your time. Please subscribe or like this video so my channel can grow. Take care and see you for the next one.